Okay, Isabel, take out a piece of paper. Come. You have foolscap paper with you, Isabel?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so for Isabel, lower sec, sec 1, sec 2 stuff all tested, right? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you see, now these are all prime factors. They already do it for you. Sometimes they can ask you to express in index notation. People do not understand that index notation just means that breaking up into product of the prime factors. Okay. Now, if you are given three numbers, maybe on your foolscap paper, you can just write beside here. Let's say for these three numbers, I want the HCF. Okay, let's say for these three numbers, what is the HCF? HCF, we usually take the lower power. Okay, so for HCF, I look at 2. All of them have 2 power 3. So the HCF must have 2 power 3. Then I look at 3. The lowest power of 3 is 3 power 1. Okay, so you see 3, 3, and 3 squared. The lower power is 3 power 1. So I take the lower power. Next one, only one guy got 5. The other 2 got no 5. So I cannot take. Okay, only one guy got 5. The other 2 got no, because of the lower power means the one don't have cannot take. Then 7, this guy got 7, but this guy got no 7. So can take or cannot take? Cannot take as well. Okay. Then if I want LCM, means the opposite, means I take the higher power. Okay. All right. So I look at 2. It is still 2 power 3. I look at 3. 3 square is my higher power. Okay. One guy got 5, the other 2 got no 5. But because the higher power means I take the 5, as well as I take the 7. Okay, clear so far? So this is HCF LCM. Now, if I want to have 168M as a perfect cube, 168 is equals to 2 power 3 times 3 times 7. To be a perfect cube, all the power must be multiple of 3. Okay, so in this case, 2 is already power of 3 already, so I don't need to do anything to 2. Yeah. My 3 is now 3 power 1. I want it to become 3 power 3. So M must have 3 power 2. So that when they multiply like that, right, it becomes 3 power 3. Understand? As well as now 7 is 7 power 1. Right or not? Okay, I want it to become 7 power 3. So M must have 7 power 2. Okay, so remember to express your working. That means do not just give the answer as 3 power 2 times 7 power 2. Okay, on your paper, write down question 15. Write down this 15. Question 15. Okay, what if I want 168 over K to be, or rather, a square root of 168 over K to be an integer? Okay, what does this mean? This means the square root is useless one. The square root is just to tell you that I want 168 over K to be a square number. Okay, so now 168 is equals to 2 power 3 times 2, 3 times 7. Yes, so I want it to be a square number. Square number means the powers must be multiple of, of 2. Okay, remember when you divide by K, right? When I divide by K, write down, when I divide by K, the power go down. Okay, so if I want 168 over K to be a square number, means 2 can now be only power 2 because the power must go down. You cannot have 3. You cannot have 7 as well. Okay, I cannot have 3, I cannot have 7 because this is now power 1. I go down means power 0 already. So I want to make it power 0. So what is the K equals to? K must have a, K must have a 2 so that it becomes from 2 power 3 to 2 power 2. because when you divide by 2, it will become from 2 power 3 to 2 power 2. K must also have a 3 because I want to make the 3 disappear. And K must also have a 7 so that my 7 disappear. Okay, take out the last week's paper that you went through, question 15. Okay, so when I multiply by something, my power go up. When I divide by something, my power goes down. Okay, you stop at this question, right? Come take up. Okay, one more example I want to give is, let's say, so maybe the next part, you can say it's part 2. Let's say I use 24. Okay, can you look here? It's equals to 2 power 3 times 3. Okay, so the 24 is equal to 2 power 3 times 3. Let's say I want 24 times m over n to be, question 15, a perfect square. Okay, and m must be greater than n. These are additional things. These are additional things that I want you all to know. Okay, so this kind of question can come out. You know, very often we do the times m or divide by k, right or not? Okay, and this one I went through with you during your holidays before. 2 power 3 times 3, because this is 24, times m over n. To be a perfect square, again, perfect square, power must be multiple of 2, yes? Okay, so it must be a perfect square and m must be bigger than n. So which means now, in order to be a perfect square, 2 power 3 can either go to power 4 or go down to power 2. Right? I will write for you first. Okay. You must, in your mind, I must, okay, my 2, right? Okay, must go down to power 2. And my 3, right, must actually increase to power 2. Why is that so? Because my m is bigger than n. So what does this mean? This means my m is equals to 3. Okay? And my n is equals to 2. Because my m, I must times 3 for it to become 3 squared. Yes? My n must make it the thing go down, right? One of them go down, right? Yeah, it must make n goes down. So this is 2. So that's why m is equals to 3 and n is equals to 2. The concept is very simple. When you multiply by something, the power go up. When you divide by something, the power go down. Okay, why is it that I choose 3 and on the top and 2 at the bottom and not the other way around? It's because the question already say m must be greater than n. Actually, if I times 2 over 3, can it work or not? Yes, it can work, but it does not satisfy the m greater than n. Understand or not? That means you see, if I 2 power 3 times 3 times 2 over 3, does it work or not? Yes, it works. For perfect square, it works because 2 power 3 times 2, it becomes 2 power 4. Yes? 3 divided by 3, gone. Is this a perfect square? Yes, it is still a perfect square, but it does not work because m must be greater than n. Yes, and that is the additional things I want you guys to write now. Okay? Can? Okay? So, bear with me a while because this one you're done already. For 168n to be divisible by 2520 means 168n must be, write down, bigger. Okay, or equal. It must be greater or equals to 2520. And usually how I do is I will write down 2520 to be here. 2520 is equals to 2 power 3 times 3 square times 5 times 7. Okay, so this is my 2520. Okay, then the next one, I want 168n. 168, I write down beside. Don't worry, 2 power 3 times 3. You see, I purposely write the times 7 over here. Okay, okay. Now, if 168n must be bigger than 2520, right? What is n equals to? Or rather, okay, maybe I do it in smaller step. I write down, okay, 168n must be equals to, next 2 power 3 and 2 power 3, are they the same already? Yes. Need to change anything? Don't need to change anything. Okay. But this 3, right, is smaller than 2520. He must be at least equals to, so he must be 3 squared. Okay. 2520 got 5, but this 168 got no 5. So 168n must have a 5. Okay, and then this 7, the other guy also already have already, right? Times 7. Okay, so now let's see. Let's look at these two. Let's look at these two. 168 versus 168n. So what is n equals to? What is the difference between 168 and 168n? 2 got any change or not? No change. 3 got any change or not? Yes, there's 1 3 down there. 5 got any change or not? Yes, there is a 5 down there. So times 5. Okay, so this is 15. Understand not to be a multiple. Many students, anyway, they didn't say multiple, but this is the concept of to be a multiple of something. You must be greater or equals to the number that you want to be. Okay, greater or equals to. Okay, so this is to be a multiple. I love this question very much because it almost covers everything, and then I just add in a few of the things that may come out in your exam. Okay. Then this one also, maybe you done it last week already. Let's see if you can remember it. Okay, the smallest k given that the HCF, the HCF is equals to 168, right? The HCF, an LCM of 168 and k is 24 and and 2520. So the HCF is 24. 24 is 2 to the power of 3 times 3. I just write it down. And then the LCM is equals to 2520, which is equals to 2 to the power of 3 times 3 squared times 5 times 7, if I'm not wrong. Let me see. Yeah, correct. Okay, so you are now you are the reverse, because at the start of the lesson, Kaini, I went through with them these 3 number how to find the HCF and these 3 number how to find the LCM. Later I'll let you write down. Okay. Now, I know the first number is called 168. 168 is 2 power 3 times, let me see, 3 times 7, okay? 2 power 3 times 3 times 7. Now, I don't know what is k. Okay, I don't know what is k. So look here. Basically, these two right down here, this one gives you the lower power of these 2 numbers. This one gives you the higher power of these 2 numbers. Okay? First, I compare 2 power 3. Okay, the lower power of these 2 numbers and the highest power number of these 2 numbers is both 2 power 3. So Isabel, k must have 2 power 3 or not? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, because the lower power is 2 power 3 and the highest power is also 2 power 3. If I don't have, right, then the HCF cannot contain 2 power 3. If k doesn't have 2 power 3, right, then the HCF cannot have 2 power 3. Because the lower power is also 2 power 3. So k must have 2 power 3. Okay? Understand? So Isabel, one more time. Now, if the lower power is 3 and the highest power is 3 squared, and then 168 there's a 3 there, k must have 3 or 3 squared, Isabel?
3 squared.
3 squared, because the lower power is 3, which is taken up by the 168 already, right? Then the higher power is 3 squared, so that means k must have 3 squared. Understand? Okay. Then the 5 and the 7 is okay. So same thing. HCF got no 5, but LCM got 5. 168 got no 5. Kaini, k must have 5 or don't have 5? Must have 5. Yes, times 5. Okay. Jerica, the HCF got no 7. The LCM got a 7. 168 got a 7 already. K must have 7 or no 7? No 7. Very good. So this is k already. And remember to evaluate your answers and then put it down over here. Okay? And yes, I cover everything that you need, for all the kind of prime factor kind of question that you want. Later, I'll let you see the top. Okay? Can? Next one. Number 16. When you have 3 lengths, how to find the largest angle? This one, immediately you must know. Immediately you must know. On the right side of here, right now, the cosine rule is a squared equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. And this is given. And when do you use this? Right now, when you have 2 sides. Plus, what kind of angle, Kaini? What kind of angle you must have to use cosine rule? Included angle. The angle must be in between. Oh, understand? Remember? Okay. Now, but if you have 3 lengths, so this is given. Let me teach you how to go and manipulate this such that you can find the angle. the a square keep here, minus b square minus c square equals to negative 2bc cos A. Okay, you divide the negative 2bc over, so you have like a square minus b square minus c square over negative 2bc equals to cosine A. And that's why no need to memorize. You can just manipulate it yourself. But if you have already memorized, right, your school will have teach you what? B square plus c square minus a square over 2bc equals to cos A. This one also can. If you memorize, it's the same, because like the negative from the bottom right, I give it to the top. It will become negative a square plus b square plus c square. If you memorize, it's this. If you don't memorize, move it yourself, you can still get it. Okay. Now, I have 3 lengths. How to find the largest angle, right? The opposite right now, the opposite length, right, is the largest. Which means that the opposite length, which is the largest, is 20. Okay, 15 and 10 don't anyhow write, never mind. It's okay. But the most important part is the 20. So that means this angle is the angle that you want. This is called the A. The length that is opposite to the big A is called this guy is called the small a. In cosine rule, the small a is the most important. The B and C can anyhow switch the order, doesn't matter. But the A is the most important. You must know that the A is opposite to the angle that you have. Okay, the A is the opposite to the angle that you have. So now just apply. Cosine A is equals to A square, 20 square, minus 15 square, minus 10 square, over negative 2 times 15 times 10. Okay, then A is just equals to cosine inverse. Yeah, cosine inverse that thing. Okay, so A, yeah, is just equals to cosine inverse this guy. Yes, Jerica, please tell me the answer quickly. The answer is not important. Understand all the concept, because questions can be different. Yes, what is it? 104.5. And very important, angle is 1 dp. It's not 3SF, it is 1 dp. Okay? Can? Okay, so know how to manipulate the cosine rule yourself. Okay? Isabel, when you're done, let me know.
I'm done.
Good. Okay. All these algebra ones and indices one, I let you all do yourself. Come, go to the next one. Okay. Go to the next one. Write down on the right side here, test for congruency. Most common, SAS. Second most common, ASA or AAS or SAA, doesn't matter. 2 angle and 1 side. Okay. Third one, RHS. What does RHS means? Right angle, hypotenuse, and 1 side. Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, and the last one, which is the seldom they will do SSS, prove that 3 sides are equal. Okay. Equilateral triangle means one angle is 60 degree. Okay, one angle is 60 degree. So the question 1, find YBX. This one I don't need to tell you all. This one is 60, right? Because equilateral triangle, right? This one is 60, right? Because equilateral triangle, right? And then this one is 90, right? Then go and find yourself. But this one, no. Those that I never do, don't need to do now. Later, then you do yourself. Okay. But what I want to talk about is prove that AXD. Okay, AXD and BXY. Okay, AXD and BXY are congruent. All right, so you look at it, roughly you know that there are 2 sides that are equal. That means first one, AY, okay, is equals to BX. In similarity and congruency, the order is very important. You cannot say that AY is equals to XB. You cannot. AY, because A is the vertex. Can you see A stretches to X, means B stretches, sorry, not AY, it should be AX. Thank you. AX equals to BX. Okay, and this is called your side. Okay, the next one. Do you think that the angles are the same? This angle and this angle? Do you think that these 2 angles are the same? Yes, these 2 angles is going to be the same. Later when you calculate, if you calculate the first part, you will know. Okay, this let's say you already know. So you say the angle DAX. When you use DAX, right? Kaini, can you tell me? It must be an angle what that you write? YBX, very good. YBX, and this is your A. Okay, and then the last one would be AD equals to, okay, BY. Okay, and then this is your S. Now, if you use any angle property, if you use any angle property, right, you must explain the angle property. Yeah. Okay. So in this case, it's self-explanatory because you see this, because this side, this is equivalent, this side and this side, they are the same, right? And then this side and this side, they are the same, right? So it's okay. Okay. Then at the end, you write, by, what is the test that I use? SAS. Okay. Some of the school say it's by SAS similarity test or by SAS, you must say that triangle AXD congruent is this 3 equal. Triangle BXY. Okay, similarity and congruency. I go through with you all your 3 things already. Okay. Isabel done already? Let me know.
I'm done.
Okay. Anything you don't know inside? Anything you don't know? No. Okay, good. Next one, number 20, properties of circle. You tested on properties of circle, no? Never learned, huh? Yeah. Okay. This I'll skip this first. Later I'll come back to this. Okay. We tested on similar volume. Yes. Okay. Next one, question 21. Okay. First thing you must understand is that, right, for similar volume and similar area, right, it must be talking about the whole triangle and the whole triangle. Okay, the whole triangle and the whole triangle. Okay, so first, can you see that this is 3 and then this is 1, which means that this whole thing here is going to be 4 units, right? Okay, so based on similar triangle, can you see there's a similar triangle here? This is a similar triangle. No need to draw. No need to draw. That means if my proportion of A to X is 3/4, right? Then the proportion of my radius, right? Okay, usually how we write is like that: R of A over R of X. Okay, the radius of A over the radius of X is also going to be equals to 3/4. Because if this guy and this equal over this is 3/4, it means that this is R of A and this is R of X. Their proportion is going to be the same. Okay. Next one, if it's talking about curved surface area, it doesn't matter whether it's curved surface area, it doesn't matter whether it's the bottom surface area. As long as they say area of A and X. A and X, are they still geometrically similar? Yes, because it's a whole cone and a whole cone, right? So I'm going to talk about the area of A over the area of X is equals to 3/4. Isabel, power what?
2.
Yes. Okay, so this is going to be 9/16. Okay, so this is 3/4. Anyway, they say ratio, right? So it should have to be 3:4. 9:16. Okay, but the last one is very tricky. Okay, the last one is very tricky. All right, remember, when you do this kind of question, you must compare as a whole thing. You cannot cut already and then take it and compare. You cannot compare. You must compare as a whole thing. That means the volume of A over the volume of X is equals to, Jerica, 3/4 power what? Very good. Which is going to be 3/3. Tiny equals to what? 27. Very fast. Over 81. Okay. So be careful. So if I want B, that means I want VA over VB. VA is still 27 unit. VB is going to be 81 minus 81 is the whole thing, ma. If I want B there, minus 27. No? Yeah, you must minus off like that. Understand or not? Okay, you must minus off like that. So it's 27 is to, yes, Jerica. 50 something, is it? 54. Thank you. Thank you. One, and which is 1:2. Never, if you never simplify, you don't get the A1. That means you only get 1 mark only. Okay? You did it yourself already. You did the question yourself. Some. Yeah, very good. Okay. You did until which question? 14. Good. Okay. This coordinate geometry, I'll skip first. This one, very common question also. Okay. Very common question also. All right. So this, when they ask you to do this, it means to complete the square. Yes. So x squared minus 4x. Usually my practice is look at this 4 divided by 2. 4 plus 4 over 2 square minus 4 over 2 square plus 5. Okay. So these three guys will complete the square. It will become x minus 2 bracket square. Okay. Plus 1. Right. Plus 1. So you have your completed the square y equals to x minus 2 square plus 1. If I want to draw a graph, first thing, you must always, number 1, write down, you must find the x-intercept. X-intercept, Isabel, sub what? Sub what?
Y equals 0.
Y equals to 0. Okay, but in this case, it's not possible because you see x minus 2 square plus 1 equals to 0. At this point, you must know that there's no y-intercept already. Because a square number is always positive. And all of you are taking EMath, right? You must know that when you square something, right, it will always be positive. Minimally, it will be 0. 0 plus 1, 1. It cannot be 0 already. If not, then you do another step. Oh, x minus 2 square equals to negative 1. Can or not? Cannot. Can you have a square number equals to negative 1? Cannot, because anything you square, right, it will become positive. So that's why there's no x-intercept. Okay, so there's no x-intercept, NA. Yes, no x-intercept. So number 2, you need the y-intercept. Okay, y-intercept means, can you sub what? X equals to 0. Actually, you can look at the original graph. Y equals to x squared minus 4x plus 5, right? You can know that the y-intercept is 0, 5. Okay, look, use the original one. Okay, as well as the third one. When you complete the square, it tells you the what? It tells you the turning point. Or this is, in this case, this is a minimum curve, right? So it tells you that it's a minimum point. Is equals to, Isabel, what is the minimum point coordinate? Tell me, based on your completed square. So look at him. Yes, what is the x equals to, Isabel?
2,
1. Okay, so your turning point, your minimum point is always based on the completed square. The x is 2, the y is 1. Okay, so how does the graph look like? The graph looks like this. You can have a 2 here. Let's try to be as proportionate as possible. You can have a 1 here, and then it will go down here and turn up. So over here, this point, the minimum point 2, 1, you must label. And then as well as over here, this is the y-intercept, which is 5, you must label. And then you must label the graph y equals to x squared minus 4x plus 5. Okay? Yes.
I thought there are no x-intercept because
yeah, correct. That could be one argument. But when you, before you reach there already, right? You in EMath, it will help you very much when you know that the x squared is positive. Later I'll explain to you why. Because okay, you see, I put negative 10 square, you become what? 100, right? 100 plus 1, 0. Can 100 plus 1 equals to 0? Over here, you must already know that. Yeah, but of course you can go down here. Yes, you cannot. It's not possible to have a square number equals to negative 1. Okay. Okay. And what is the equation of the line of symmetry? This is the line of symmetry, right? A vertical line. What is the equation of a vertical line? Yes, Kenny. X equals to 2. Yes, so immediately you write down x equals to 2. Okay, how to explain that there are no solution? Okay, you are drawing y equals to x squared minus 4x plus 5. Okay, so if this is equals to 0, right, means when a line y equals to 0 is drawn, y equals to 0 is a what kind of line? Horizontal at 0. Actually, y equals to 0, it's here. Okay, so this is y equals to 0. Okay, will there be any point of intersection? There are no point of intersection right now. Okay, no point of intersection means no solution. All right, this will help in your graph later. Okay, so after you complete the square, these are the things that you must know. Okay, now go to your foolscap paper and write down question 23. Write down y equals to negative 2x squared minus x plus 3. The reason why I want you guys to write down this is, Isabel, are you done with the first part?
Yeah.
Okay, is many students forget that when you need to complete the square, when you want to complete the square, okay, you cannot start with a negative 2x squared. You have to divide by negative 2. You can do it this way or you can factorize the negative 2 out. I prefer to do it this way. Why? Because it's cleaner. Look at here. So this is x over 2 minus 3 over 2. Okay, now I complete the square. X squared plus x over 2 plus 1 over 4 square minus 1 over 4 square minus 3 over 2. All your basic things you do properly. X plus 1 over 4 bracket square minus, okay, 3 over 2 minus 1 over 16. 25 over 16. Be careful, be careful. Remember to bring back the negative 2. I prefer to do it this way. Less confusing, less careless. You factorize the negative 2 on the outside. Sometimes you were careless. Why? You don't know which bracket to put. Okay? Then now I times the negative 2 over, right? It's very clean. This will help in your EMath chapter 1 also. X plus 1 over 4 square, okay, plus 25 over 8. Basically, your negative 2 times to in front of the bracket and times to the component behind. Okay, complete the square with a negative 1. All right, negative 1. So actually, you know, once you complete the square, right? Yeah, before we plot the graph, right, actually it's easier to write down what is the first thing. Is this going to be a maximum curve or a minimum curve? This is going to be a, you can write down here, this is going to be an N-shaped curve because of negative 2. You can write down because A is equals to negative 2, right? Yeah, negative 2, right? Then it will be an N-shaped curve. N-shaped curve in your EMath, this is called a maximum point. The maximum coordinate is equals to, look inside the bracket, look at here, x plus 1/4 is like your remainder factor theorem like that. X equals to negative 1/4. And then the y value is equals to 25 over 8. The y value just read off. Okay? And then the second one, you see, you do all these steps, you will not go wrong. The x, what are the x-intercepts? Means sub y equals to 0, right? Yeah, y equals to, sorry. Okay? Means that sub y equals to 0, x-intercept, you can write down your working, oh, sub y equals to 0, no problem. Do not ever go and expand it again. Use your completed square to solve it. That means 0 is equals to negative 2 bracket x plus 1 over 4 square plus 25 over 8. Bring the negative 2 square thingy to the left side. 2 bracket x plus 1 over 4 square equals to 25 over 8. Okay? So do not, when the completed square is done for you, do not go and expand it again and then find the roots. Just use this. X plus 1 over 4 square is equals to 25 over 16. X plus 1 over 4 is equals to plus minus square root of 25 over 16. Which means there are two answers. 5 over 4 or negative 5 over 4. So your x is equals to 5 over 4 minus 1/4 or negative 5 over 4 minus 1/4 as well. Bring the 1/4 over. Okay, so x is equals to 1 or x is equals to minus 5 minus 1 is negative 3 over 2. Okay, after you find you got the maximum point, x-intercept, the third one, y-intercept. Means x equals to 0, right? Yeah, so what your y-intercept is, I look at my original equation. My original equation is positive 3. So this is 0, 3. Always, before you sketch the thing, you must have these three things. Maximum point, x-intercept, y-intercept. Now draw an axis for me. Okay. The roots must label. Oh, so actually, it's here is actually longer. -3/2, 1. Okay, and you must know that your maximum point is roughly at -1/4, so it's roughly around here. This is where your maximum point is. Okay. Remember, the curve must be symmetrical. The curve does not turn at the y-intercept. Go up. Turn here, hit here. Okay. Actually, you can draw first, then label also can. You see, go up, then come down. Yeah. Okay, and then this is the y-intercept, which is 3. Remember to label all your y-axis, x-axis, as well as the graph. The graph, you can write the completed square form, no problem, or you can write the question. Very important. So these two sure come out one. In exam, sure come out. 3 of you, exam sure come out this question. Sketching of completed square form is a part of the requirement. Okay, so the maximum point is at -1/4, right? Yeah. Isabel, what is the equation of the line of symmetry? Isabel, what is the equation of the line of symmetry?
X equals -1/4.
Yes, x equals to -1/4. Okay, can? Sure come out on all this. When you're done, let me know, Isabel.
I just tried that.
Can. It's the same meaning. But it's 2 marks or 1 mark? 1 mark then, yeah? Some more?
So I'm going to write the y equals to x squared plus y.
No need. That means it's acceptable as well. But the understanding is because when we draw a line, there's no point of intersection. That's why there's no solution. X-intercept is also because that is considered there's no solution, right? There's no point of intersection. That's why it's also. Isabel done?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear, so that's why. Okay, so this is done. Okay, conversion of speed time to distance time graph. Okay, firstly, most common is given speed time graph, most common one. Okay, now right now, if your speed time in your speed time graph, if I want to find distance, Isabel, what do you do?
Area under graph.
Area under graph, very good. If you want to find acceleration, Kaini, what do you do? Gradient, very good. Okay, gradient, so find the acceleration in the first 3 seconds. So acceleration is equals to gradient, you can use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or you can use rise over run, no problem. 12.4, it's just 12.4 over 3 because the rise is 12.4, the run is 3. Okay, and in this kind, right, if it's a fraction, I think the answer is a fraction. Tell me what is it? 4? 2 over 15. Yeah, so it's 4, 2 over 15. Now look here. For example, right, let's say right now, if the question asks for deceleration right now, and then you found that your grade A is equals to -3 meter per second square, right? If the question asks for deceleration and let's say your acceleration is equal, you find the gradient is equal to -3 per second square, right? You cannot leave your answer as -3. You must say that the deceleration is equals to 3 meter per second square, because deceleration already means it's going down. Understand? If the question asks for what is the deceleration for, of course they will not ask for the deceleration for the first 3 seconds. They will ask what is the deceleration for the last 2 seconds. Okay? Yes. he accelerated to 12.4 in 3 seconds. He ran at a speed for 5 seconds and slowed down over the last 2 seconds as shown. Okay. Calculate the distance that he ran in the first 8 seconds. Okay. So the distance, now you must understand the question. You see, behind is going to have a conversion. So I prefer you to write D1. D1 means the distance for the first part is equals to half times 3 times 12.4. Okay, I know you can do it together. There's a reason why I want you to do D1 and D2. Okay? Okay? Half times 3 times 12.4. And then D2 is going to be equals to 12.4 times 5. Jerica, find out for me the first part. Can you find out for me the second part? 18.6. Second part? Wait, yours is first part. Yours is D1 or D2? D2. 60? 62. Okay, so the total distance. There's a reason why I want you to find out separately. 6, 7, 80.6. Right, 80.6. Okay, there's a reason why I want you to find out D1 and D2 because later behind sure need one. Okay, then if the total distance covered is 100 meter, that means that D3 is going to be equals to 100 minus 80.6, which is equals to 19.4. Okay, we don't know what is here. Look here, we don't know what is here. So let this be Y. Okay, let this be Y. What is the area of trapezium? Half times 2 perpendicular height times the sum of parallel side. This one is called what? Because the Y here is Y, right? So this one is called Y. This one is called 12.4. Okay, is equals to 19.4. Half times 2 just nice is equals to 1. So Y is equals to 19.4 minus 12.4. 7. Is it 7? Okay, so this is 7 meter per second. Okay. Conversion must know, must know, all right. Over here, I want you to draw a small, just now the speed time graph. There is this, and this. This is in 3 seconds, this is in 5 seconds, 8 seconds, and then this is in 10 seconds. Yes, just draw a small one, doesn't matter. Okay. When the guy is sloping upwards, this is called, write down, slow to fast. The last part is called fast to slow. Okay, so when you convert it to speed time graph, slow to fast, it is a curve. Okay, look at the gradient here. Look at the gradient here. So this gradient, you must use this gradient, right? You cannot draw. So you see, this part you are going shoot upwards. You must follow this part. You cannot suddenly go like that. Cannot. You must follow the gradient that is like over here. Can see? Can see? You must almost follow it. The last, not the last part. Yeah. Okay, you must almost follow the gradient of the very last part that you're going up. Can see? Okay, and then the last part is called fast to slow. So over here, right, you see, I start with this point. You start at this point. You gradually slow down. Okay, yeah, gradually slow down. But be careful. So remember, that's why just now I asked you to find D1. What is D1? What was D1? 18.6, right? So over here, you must label 18.6. Then the second part, 62. Actually, it's labeled on the left side of the axis. I have no space, so I label on it. And then, yes, when you end, this will be 100. Okay, conversion of speed time to distance time graph. Isabel, when you're done, let me know. You do this in school? Yes, understand? Understand? Huh? Sure, come on, Sure, come on.
Done.
Okay. Radian measure later because not all of you do radian measure. Okay, come go to the next one. Go to the next one. Okay. Look at question 2. Okay. Question 2. I want you to write down on your foolscap paper. Scrap paper. The most common formula you need, right, is called, write down, for constant difference. That means all the difference is the same. Okay? Tn is equals to A plus D bracket n minus 1. What does A means? A means is the first term. What does D means? D is the constant difference. Okay? Something that is like, you know, -1, then 3, then 7, then 11. Okay? The Tn formula for this is, this guy is called the first term. Okay? This guy is called the second term. I want you to understand what is T1, T2, T3, so on and so forth. Okay? From -1 to 3, the difference is +4, +4, +4. So the Tn formula for this sequence is equals to -1 plus the difference is 4, then bracket n minus 1. Most common one, constant difference. Once you see, once the difference is constant, immediately apply this. Okay? Which is equals to -1 plus 4n minus 4. So it's like 4n minus 5. You will get the answer immediately, Tn. Okay? Familiar? Not familiar? Familiar. 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 Jerica. Familiar. Okay? So even if you decrease, even if I decrease something like, let's say 51, comma, write down, 46, okay, comma, 41, comma, 35. Yeah, if it's negative leh, even if it's -5 leh, -5 leh, -5 leh, sorry, 36, 36. Okay, the Tn is going to be equals to first term 51 -5 bracket n minus 1, because the difference is -5. Okay, be careful. All right, 51 minus 5n plus 5. So this is going to be like 56 minus 5n. Okay, most common one. Okay, most common. All right. Next one, if you see 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. This one self-explanatory. How do I identify that this is a square number? Can you see that the difference is like +3, +5, +7, +9? Okay, so I know that this Tn formula is called n square. 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, right? Not? But sometimes maybe you don't get so straightforward. Okay, sometimes maybe you don't get so straightforward. For example, the question gives you find the Tn formula for 3 or 6, 11, 17, and then 27. Like you cannot see that it's so obvious. Not 17, 18. Okay. But you realize that my difference, right, is +3, +5, same thing, +7, then +9 also, right? Means it must be in terms of n square one. Okay, means it must be in terms of n square. So this guy, can you see? 1 is 1 square, right? 1, how to get to 3? You realize all of them. What is the difference between the first sequence and the second sequence? 1, how to become 3? +2, right? 4, how to become 6? +2, right? 9, how to become 11? +2, right? 16, how to become 18? +2, right? So this guy is n square. Then what is the formula for this sequence? N square +2. Yes, just like that. So sometimes how you see? So they may not even give you 1, 4, 9, 16, 25 yet. That means when you see the difference is 3, 6, 3, 5, 7. That means all the constant is the difference. It's an odd number, right? The difference is increasing by odd number, right? Think of n square. Okay, think of n square. Okay, next, give you one more harder one. Okay, 2, right now, 6, 12, 20, 30. Okay? This one a little bit harder. When you see that the difference is plus how many? 4, right? Then plus 6, plus 8, plus 10, right? Just now you see that one is plus 3, 5, 7, 9, right? All these are plus odd number. This one is called plus even number. Okay, so this if you get this plus even number, 2, okay, so you see t, the first term is 2, right? 2 is 1 times 2. T2 is equals to 6, right? 6 is 2 times 3. T3, right? 12. 12 is equals to, Isabel, give me 2 product of 12 that's related to this sequence. 1 times 2, 2 times 3. So the next one, what do you think it is?
3 times
3
4.
times 4. If you use 2 times 6, you'll be lost. Then the next one, what do you think? 4 times 5. Understand? Can see already? Yeah. So if T4 is 4 times 5, T5 is going to be 5 times 6, right? So Jerica, Tn is equals to what times what? Well done. Okay. That is if you so unlucky get this kind. Usually for this kind, they will lead you lah. They will lead you to there. What do I mean by lead you? Okay. So this one write down already. Okay. So this one write down already. So let's do question 2 proper. Okay. Wait. Isabel, you done? Let me know. You see whether you got space or not. If you have no space, do another piece of paper or whichever. Okay. Isabel done or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So first, then this is what I mean by they will usually lead you. Okay. T1 is 3 square minus 4. T2 is 4 square minus 7. Wow, this one a bit tricky. Okay, it's a bit tricky, Okay, but actually they never, they got ask you to show. Okay, so maybe I'll do it here. All right. So what is T5? T5 very simple. Is equals to, so this is 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square, right? Yeah. So the T5 is equals to 7 square minus. Now, how do I determine the behind there? So you look at 4, how to go to 7? Plus 3. 7 plus 3 is 10, right? 10 plus 3 is 13, right? 4 square minus 16. Then you find it out. What is it? This one, I think you do the whole thing on a foolscap paper. And you do the, yeah, so the whole thing on a foolscap paper. Okay. Then the second, okay. Yes, Jerica, how much? 20? 33. Okay. Explain why Tn is always odd. 1 mark only. Okay. So write down. When a even number is squared, it will still become even number square, it will be even or odd. Even, even, because 4 times 4 even number times another even number will always be even. Okay, and then the even number, all the even number minus the odd number will be equals, the even number minus odd number will be always equals to odd. Okay, you see all even numbers are subtracted by a, all even square are subtracted by a odd number. Okay, so next one you can write down, when an odd number is square, it will give even or odd. 3 square, 9. 5 square, 25. It will always be odd. Okay. And then you realize that in the sequence, right, an odd number minus an even number will still always be odd. Okay. So that is how you explain number 2. Okay. C is a bit hard. Okay. So look here. We need to break it up into 2 parts. So look how I break it down. I break it up into 2 parts. The first part is the red part. The second part is the blue part. Okay. Now, the first term is called 3 square. The second term is called 4 square. The third term is called 5 square. The fourth term is called 6 square. The red one, so I write Tn first. For the red one is called what square? Isabel, the red one is called what square? First term is 3 square. Second term is 4 square. Third term is 5 square. The nth term is how many square?
N plus 2.
Very good, n plus 2. Can you understand why is it n plus 2? Can you understand why is it n plus 2? Very good. Minus. Then now with the blue one. Like I said just now, the blue one, very obvious. 4, 7, 10, 13. All these are constant difference. Okay, formula for constant difference. What is the A? Jerica, what is the A? 4. The blue one, the blue one. The blue one, 4, 7. The difference is 3. The difference is 3. The A is the first term. 4 plus difference. Difference is 3. Bracket n minus 1. Understand all that? Understand? Yes. Say again.
Why is it not negative?
Because my minus is on the outside. I'm taking 4, 7, 10, 13 only. Understand? Okay. Then now you expand. N squared plus 4n plus 4 minus 4 plus 3n minus 3. That's where you get n squared plus n plus 3. Okay, so far so good. Many students up to here still understand. Okay, but then the next part they don't understand already. Okay, so if you have 2 separate one, so you have to be sharp. You must consider two terms, 2 of the sequence separately. You can see I consider the red one separately. That's the square number, and then the blue one is the in constant difference. Okay, can. Next one, but once you get T, so you know that Tn, this is Tn. Tn is equals to n squared plus n plus 3. Many students don't know what is called T of k plus 1. So if Tn is equals to this, right, what is Tk? Tk is equals to k squared plus k minus 3. Understand or not? Basically, it's just replacing the k n by the k. Plus 3, thank you. Okay, it's just replacing the k by the 3. Okay, then what is Tk plus 1? That means replacing the k by k plus 1, no, just like that. K plus 1 square plus bracket k plus 1 plus 3. Okay, let's simplify this guy first. So this is k squared plus 2k plus 1 plus k plus 1 plus 3, which is equals to k squared plus 3k plus 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay, actually what does tk and tk plus 1 means? Tk plus 1 means the next term that is after tk. Okay, the question wants you to do tk plus 1 minus tk. This guy is equals to k squared plus 3k plus 5 minus the open bracket of k squared plus k plus 3. Okay, which is equals to k squared minus k squared gone, 3k minus k, 2k. Okay, plus 2. Okay, sometimes the question asks, show that this is a multiple of 2. How to show that this is a multiple of 2? You take out a 2, bracket k plus 1. This shows that it's a multiple of 2 right now. Okay, sometimes the question asks you to show it's a multiple of something. So if you can factorize out a 2, means a multiple of 2. If you can factorize out a 7, means it's multiple of 7. Okay, explain why the consecutive terms cannot have a difference of 2. So right now, since tk plus 1 minus tk is equals to 2 times of k plus 1, okay, this guy will always be greater than 2. If you 2 times of any number you put inside, any positive number you put inside, you put 0 inside, okay, it will be greater than, sorry, you put 1 inside because cannot be t0, man. Will always be greater than 2 for, right now, for the k must be bigger than, bigger equals to 1. You cannot have 0 because you cannot have t0. Your first term is t called t1, right? Means your k must be 1. 2 times of anything will always be bigger than 2. If your this inside is not 1, because k must be bigger equals to 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. That's the minimum. Okay? You know what? Why? You know why the k must be greater equals to 1 or not? Because you cannot have t0. Can you see k is here? Can you have t0? The 0th term? No one. The first term is called t1. That's why just now I want you to understand what is the meaning of t1, t2, t3, t4. t1 first term, t2 second term, t3 third term. Understand? Okay? Isabel, when you're done, let me know.
I'm done.
Okay. Question 5. By right, you're supposed to draw the graph yourself, and don't take too long to draw the graph. Don't take more than 10-15 minutes to draw the graph. Okay? Look at C. Write down on your foolscap paper, question 5. You have drawn y equals to x cubed over 2 minus, or never mind. Yeah, write down on the paper I give you the graph. Yes, on the paper I give you the graph. Plus 1. Okay? Question 5C says that, remember, any question, write down, any question in the graph, you must make the left-hand side equals to the equation of the graph. Okay? Any question in this graph, you must make left-hand side the equation of the graph. So C says that is x cubed over 2 minus 4x equals to negative 10. Is this the equation of your graph? No, because your equation of graph must have a plus 1, right? So I add 1 on both sides, plus 1 on both sides, plus 1, plus 1. X cubed over 2 minus 4x plus 1 equals to negative 9. Replace this one. Is this the equation of your graph, Jerica? This is called y, because you are drawing y equals to negative 9. Okay? So when the line y equals to negative 9 is being drawn, okay, now take out your ruler, draw a line at y equals to negative 9. Okay, so how you explain? Like how, that's why just now I explained that for you. So it's because anything is going to be this way. When y equals to negative 9 is drawn, there is only one point of intersection. Okay, so therefore only one solution. Okay. Part 2, say find the gradient of the curve at 1, negative 2.5. So 1, negative 2.5. This one no need to do. This one I will just quickly draw it for you. This one you have to understand how to draw the tangent. So look, how do I draw the tangent? Can you see the angle on the left side? The left side here and the right side here roughly must be the same. So anyway, you can do this. You can do this. So this, you see over here is almost the same, right? So as you move closer to negative 1, right? Yeah. This is where your tangent is. Okay, so anyway, last time when I was a student, my tangent is also always very often. Yeah, okay, so you see the angle on the left side and the angle on the right side, right, must be about the same. Okay, that means this line touches the point at 1 point only. Don't need to draw yet. How to find the gradient of the tangent? You must mark out what is this point and then write down. And then you must mark out what is this point and then write down. Okay, then Jerica, formula for gradient, what is it? Then yeah, take your y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Understand? So in your school did they ask you to draw the triangle like that? Yes. You must also, if your teacher asks you to draw a triangle, you draw a triangle. Now look here. So if they give you the point to draw a tangent, easy. Understand? Easy. Let's say write down for me, like maybe d part I. Okay. If the tangent at x, if the gradient of tangent at x is equals to 2, find x. Not at x equal to 2. If the gradient of the tangent at x is 2, sorry. If the gradient of the tangent at x is 2, find x. Okay? So how to do this kind of question? How to find a gradient that is 2? So let's assume that this question is not here. Okay? What is the most basic definition of gradient? I know you all know that it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? The most basic definition of gradient right now, gradient is equals to rise over run. Okay? So look for a rise and a run, right? That is 2 units. The rise is 2 units and then the run is 1 unit. So you see this is 1, right? Yes, so that means the run, this is 1, this is the rise, this is 2, and then this is 1. Because 5, 6, 7. This is the tangent that we're talking about. Okay? Okay, so now so this is the gradient. Then you can say like that. This means that the gradient is equals to 2, right now. Okay, Isabel, you look and understand already. Okay, and now you look at my ruler. Now you look at my ruler. Basically, right, you need to fit this tangent, right, into a point. So actually, the point is here. Can see that? Can see that? Can see this gradient is 2, right? I must fit it to become a point where it becomes a tangent. So that's why here, there, see, over here, yes, this is the tangent. Then you draw the line. This is the point that we are talking about. Understand? So this is a reverse way of asking questions. That means if I tell you that the gradient is 2, you must find for me the point. Instead of I tell you the point, you find for me the gradient, right? I tell you the gradient is 2. So how do I fit in a gradient of 2 inside? I use the rise over run, 2 over 1. Then I fit. I know that the tangent must look like this. I move up. It hit here. This is the only point that I can fit. Understand? That can form a tangent. Again, the gradient of the tangent is 2. So I draw anywhere, I fit a line that is 2, use my ruler. Then I move my ruler until it hits a point on the graph that it only cuts at one point. What is x equals to? -2. Huh? Can also move down. Can also move down. Can. If you move down, actually it's about here, right? Yeah, it's also possible. Very good, Jerica. Thank you. Yeah, but you know, I mean, anyway, the question is flawed because from my mind, I read out the question. Yes, you can move down also. See? Can see? So the answer could be x equals to 2, x equals to -2. Okay, but question like that are not common. Okay, so the gist of it is, if I give you the gradient of the tangent, use the gradient of the tangent, find out using the grid, and then move over here and over here to see where is the point that they're talking about. Okay, Jerica, okay? Isabel, understand, Isabel?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then E, for sure come out, inserting suitable straight line. There's many form of inserting suitable straight line that can come out. So this is x cubed. Write down the question. X cubed minus 10x plus 9 equals to 0. At the start of this question, right? What did I say? Any question in the graph, I make left-hand side the equation of the graph, right? So how do I make equation of the graph? I settle the x cubed first. So now this is x cubed. I want it to be x cubed over 2. Divide both sides by 2. So this is x cubed over 2 minus 5x plus 9 over 2 equals to 0. Okay, next I want to make minus 4x. So I plus x. I will get x cubed over 2 minus 5x plus 9 over 2 equals to x. I must plus x on both sides. Sorry, 4x. Thank you. Okay. Next is I want to have plus 1. Means my 9 over 2, I must take, now it's 4.5, right? I must minus away 3.5. X cubed over 2 minus 4x plus 1 equals to x minus 3.5. Insert y equals to x minus 3.5. How to insert a new line? Draw a new input-output box. 3 points can already. Any 3 points. Maybe 0, 1, and 2. When x is equals to 0, y is equals to negative 3.5. When x is equals to 1, y is equals to negative 2.5. Okay, when x is equals to 2, negative 1.5. Then plot this 3 point, draw a line. Not enough. Maybe possible that you careless one part. 3 point is like an assurance. 2 point is like what if happen if you careless 1 point. Then you have no third point to verify. It's just to verify only. Okay. Okay. So then you draw a 3 point. Yes. Then you just draw a line. Then the answer is always right now. The answer is at the point of intersection. Okay, answer is always at the point of intersection. Must make sure the line, extend the line. That means you don't just draw for this 3 point. Extend the line until it cuts the graph maybe at 2 or 3 times. Yes, yes, yes. Can see the answer is at the point of intersections. Okay. So for example, I just draw a quick example. I just draw a quick example. So I clean this, clean all this out. So for example, when x is 0, it is negative 3.5, right? Then 1 is 2.5, is it? 2.5, right? And then this is 1.5, right? Yeah. So don't just draw for this 3 point. Okay. Make sure you extend your 3 point until it hits the graph. So this is the solution. This is answer number 1, answer number 2, and then answer number 3. That means this one dot to here, right? Just list down the answer. The answer is like x equals to negative 3.5, or x equals to 1, or x equals to 2.6. I think can 2.6. Don't need, that means after your input output table, right? You just state down the 3 answers. Yes. Okay. Can. All right. Now there's one last part. There's one more part. See whether you got space or not. Right now, E part 1. Okay. Isabel, you pay attention over here, lah. Okay. Right now, when y equals to 4x plus 1 is drawn, it satisfies the solution of x cubed plus ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Find a, b, and c. Okay, so you know what does this mean? This means that if I draw this line y equals to 4x plus 1, y equals to 4x plus 1 is the line that I draw. Y equals to x cubed over 2 minus 4x. Okay, plus 1. It was a plus 1 or minus 1? Plus 1. Yeah, plus 1. This is the line. This is the curve. When I want to find a solution for these two equations, when I want to find a solution for these two equations, we always equate it together like this. X cubed over 2 minus 4x plus 1 is equals to 4x plus 1. Okay, I bring everything over to the left side. X cubed over 2 minus 8x equals to 0. But they say that the solution is x cubed. It's not x cubed over 2, I times 2. X cubed minus 16x equals to 0. Okay, so what does this mean? So this means that, in this case, what is the coefficient of x squared? Is there any x squared there? No, so a is equals to 0. What is the coefficient of x? Isabel, what is the coefficient of x here? Negative 16. Okay, and what is the constant term? 0. So in this case, I just nice that, yeah, c equals to 0. Okay, so when they ask for if this is called an ABC kind of question, you know, when this one I draw, it satisfies the solution of this. How to find the A, B, and C? I equate the line and the curve together. Because when we do simultaneous equation, how to find the solution is to equate both line and the curve together. Okay? Then after I equate, I move everything to one side, equate it to 0, and then compare the coefficient. I compare the coefficient. That's why my A is 0, B is -6, and C is 0. Okay, Jerica, understand why I need to equate the line and the curve together? Why? To find you see, when you equate the line and the curve together, this is the solution. Okay, so that's why we do that. Okay, so this is just these are just different ways of asking. Okay, these are just different ways of asking. Okay, Ken? One last one that I'll go to today is, okay, question 3. Sorry, go back to question 3. Okay, typical exam question. Okay, show that angle ABC is equals to 143.2. Okay, now look here. You want to find this angle, yes? You want to find this angle. Now, cosine rule, we use two side included angle, right? But in this case, we got two side included angle or not? We do not have. So we use sine rule right now. You write down sine theta first. Sine theta over, look here, if this guy is the theta, right, it should over who? Tiny, it should over who? 70, yes, it must be opposite. It's equals to sine 20 over 40. Okay, so which means that sine theta is equals to sine 20 over 40 times 70. Okay, then you realize that your theta is equals to, yes, Jerica, help me to calculate. Sine inverse this whole thing, right? Sine inverse this whole thing, yeah? Sine inverse this whole thing. The radian, that is in radian. 36.8, right? You realize that no matter how many times you do, right? Something wrong, the question asked me to say that it's 143.2. Why is it so? It's because the concept that you all forgot is, right now, sine theta is also equals to sine 180 minus theta. Okay, no matter what you do, my answer is still 36.8. Then you stuck down there very long in exam because you forgot this. So angle BAC, because it's obtuse, right, is equals to 180 degree minus 36.8. So therefore it's 143.2 degree. Okay, that means there are two answers for theta. One is theta, one is 180 minus theta. Okay? Yeah. So this guy is 143.2 degree. Okay, so now look here. Isabel done for A?
Yeah.
Okay, now look here. Very crucial. This one also the students screw up. Look here, I have 40, I have 70. I realized that I want to find AC. Okay. Of course, you can use sine rule, right? But you need this angle, right? Yes, you can use sine rule again to use this angle. So for the purpose of using cosine rule, for the purpose of showing you all how to use cosine rule, right? Remember, AC you must have two sides and an included angle. So you must have this angle over here. Okay. So for part B, angle ABC is equals to 180 minus 20 minus 143.2, which is equals to 16.8 degree. Yes? Okay. So for the purpose of using cosine rule, AC square is equals to 40 square plus 70 square minus 2 times 40 times 70 cosine 16.8. Okay. Give me AC in 5SF or 6SF form, as long as 5 or 6SF form. Yes, how many, Fanny? 53 point? Okay, approximate to 53.33, yeah. 33.7 meter. Okay. Next one, calculate the bearing of B from C. Okay, so look here, look here, look here. When we do from C means we draw the north at B or C. From C means we draw the north at C. So this is the north that is here. So look here first. I want the bearing, which is this guy. Okay, I want the bearing, which is this guy. There are several ways you can do it. So number one is, this one I will not do out the answer. I will just tell you what's the answer. I will just tell you how to do it. Number one is, can you see 195 is from here to here? Here, right? And minus 143, I will get here, right? Yes? 195 minus 143, I'll get this part. Because at the start of the last question, they already say that this one is 195. Okay, 195 is the whole thing. Minus 143, I'll get this part. Can I use 180 minus 1 minus this one, I will get this one. Because all both north lines are what to each other? Parallel. So that means this plus this, how many degree? 180 degree. Understand? Then use 360 minus this minus 20, I'll get the bearing already. Okay. Remember, in bearing, let's say I get 14 degree. Let's say this will not get 14 degree. You cannot put in 14 degree. You must put in 014 degree. Yes, good. Okay. Let me talk about the last one, okay, which, yes, you're asking me about. A tower stands at point A. The angle elevation from B to T. See, the way to do angle of elevation kind of question is, write down for me, 3D part 1, is you must know that T is on top of A, okay? That means it looks like this. T is here, A is here. Then it goes to B, because they say that the angle of elevation of B to T, look at here, B. Okay? Yes? This is 25. When you do angle of elevation question, T is always on top of A. You must always think of Tuakaso. Understand? A to B is how much? A to B is 40. There. Here is it, 40 ma? Okay, so 25 is here. Basically, this is the 40 is called the adjacent. AT is called the opposite. Opposite and adjacent. Jerica, which Trigo function you use? Tangent. So write down. Tangent 25 degree is equals to AT over 40. AT is equals to 40 times tangent 25. Yes, can you tell me 5SF? 18.652, okay, which is 18.7 meters. Okay, but listen here. Okay, listen here. Listen here. D part 2. Student always don't know this one. Find the greatest angle of elevation. Now, how to know when is the greatest of angle of elevation? I always use this. Watch movie. When you go to the movie theater, right? You like to sit in front or sit behind? Can you like to sit in front or sit behind? In front. You sit in front, then the head will be very high, right? That means when you are very close to the thing, your head will be very high, right? When will you? So if you are on BC, look here. When will you be closest to A? It is always the perpendicular distance. Understand or not? Okay. So let the perpendicular distance be D. We must always know how to find the perpendicular distance first. And I said, and those of you who have been with me for a long time, I always use this. Half times base, 70, times height, D, equals to, okay, you can use half AB sine C. Basically this one, so look here. Okay, so this one, you always use this method. There are other methods, of course, but this is the most foolproof one. Anything thing you do, this will always work. This is 16.8, right? It's equals to half times 40 times 70 sine 16.8. Because the area of the triangle is called half times base times height, right? Is equals to, give me another formula for area of triangle. Half AB sine C law. 40, 70, sine 16.8. Understand? There are other ways. Yes, there are always other ways. But this is the most foolproof one to find perpendicular distance. Half times base times height is equals to half AB sine C. Most foolproof. Okay? You will realize that if you divide over, right, it will actually become a Trigo ratio, because half and half cancel, 70 and 70 can cancel. So basically D is equals to 40 times sine 16.8. Yes, can you tell me how much is it?
11.561.
11.561. Do not round off because this is part of the question. Okay, so understand how to find the perpendicular distance is always half AB sine C equals to half times base times height. Okay, yes. Then now we need to draw. Now that means assuming you are at this point already, assuming that you are at this point, let's call this point X. You are looking at the you're looking at the tower. The tower is always on top of A. So this is how you draw the triangle. Sorry. This is how you draw the triangle. A is here, T is here. How tall is the tower? 18.652. You must use 18.652. And then you are now standing at X. What is the distance from A to X, Jerica? A to X. Yeah, 11.561 law, understand? And then you use tangent to find the angle. Understand? Tangent theta is equals to 18.652 over 11.561. Theta equals to tangent inverse answer, and then you will get it. Yes, honey, tell me how much is this? Sorry? 58.2. And all these questions are the common questions, you know, yeah, that will come out. Okay? Okay? Yes. Over the weekend, yes, go and complete this paper. Those topics that is not tested, of course, you skip yourself. I will send the answers to you electronically. Yes, finish the whole paper too. Can you? Oh, that doesn't matter because angle of elevation is here, right? Angle of depression is like alternate angle like that is here. Yeah, so it's technically still the same angle of elevation, angle of depression. They are still the same things. That means yes, question can say that, oh, I look from here to here, but you realize that angle of depression must always and angle of elevation must always be with the horizontal axis. So it's always from top looking down or downwards looking up. Then you realize that alternate angle they are still the same. Okay, can now you try a few. You know, you try this paper first. If you need more exercises on this one, let me know. I send it to you electronically. Can? Okay. Yep, Isabel, that's it for you. I send you. Yeah, you can try and finish this paper. Anyway, this paper is like review of Sec 3 stuff. Okay, you can do the Sec 4 SN one and then ask me if you have any question on Sunday. Can or Isabel?
Okay.
Okay. See you.
Bye.